What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And before I get started, shout out to the two little girls that went missing for 48 hours in the wilderness. Yeah, they're built for it tough. Apparently, they took some survival classes, age, I guess, 5 and 8. Yeah, parents told them, hey, you can't go out on your own for a little walk. And I guess they thought to themselves, you're not the boss of us. We'll go walking if we want to. So they went off. After about a half an hour, the parents realized they were gone. Big manhunt. And come to find out, the little girls survived 48 hours based on their training. See, there's some parents out there that's still trying to put some steel in their kids and prepare them for life. So the little girls, I guess, left some granola bar trail snacks. And then they remembered that if they ever get lost, they got to stay in one particular place. And they also was drinking water from, I think, some type of leaves or something like that, fresh water. I mean, there's some grown-ups that would have died in 48 hours. The temperature dropped down to 40 degrees. I mean, you know, this generation, they're not built for it tough. You think most millennials right now could survive out in the forest for 48 hours? No. They're used to opening up the refrigerator and then the food's just magically there. Yeah. If the grid went down, and you had to survive on their own, I bet you they'd open the fridge like, okay, there's nothing in here, close it, come back 20 minutes later, like maybe something appeared. Because that's what usually happens. The food just shows up. What? The food's not, where's the food fairy? The fairy didn't drop off the food today. This is crazy. How am I supposed to live? Or out there in the middle of the forest with no cell phone or technology? They wouldn't be able to make it. They'd be like, I'm about to lose my mind. I'm just going to end it all. But these little girls showed them that even in this day and generation, there's some parents and some kids out there that got a little steel in their back. I appreciate it. Which brings me to my point. Socialism. So they're doing all these polls, and apparently this millennial generation has a very high polling for socialism. And I'm thinking to myself, why is that? Why would this group of young adults be more favorable towards socialism than capitalism? And so, you know, me and my deductive reasoning, I had to sit back and think to myself, let me go ahead and break this down, psychoanalyze why this might have happened. Because I know when I was growing up, the thought of socialism, the thought of communism, any of those things would turn our stomach. We were scared to death. Every other day they was telling us the Russians are going to blow us up. I mean, we were concerned. Yeah. You just murmur a little bit of, yeah, I'm thinking about communism might be the feds busting down your door immediately. Yeah, but now they're just out there, just blatant. Yeah, we want socialism. We want, and I'm thinking, what happened? Well, first things happened is liberalism. The liberals came in and start softening up all the kids. Yeah, nobody was allowed to get paddled in school. Everybody was put on equal playing ground. Now, I'm not saying giving everybody an equal opportunity. That should be what it is. But making sure all the kids felt comfortable in every situation, meaning this, all right, you're not a great cheerleader, okay? But they're going to put you on the cheerleading team anyway, just because you want to be on it and feel like you're part of something. So now what does that do? Everybody's getting a participation award. Nobody has the desire to, you know, exceed the norm. Everybody feels entitled to have what everybody else has. I mean, you play baseball and one or two of the kids suck, can't hit the ball. But no, the liberals, my son should play too. It's not fair, even though he cost the team 18 losses, but he needs to hit the ball just as many times as the rest. Well, that would be great if your son could hit the ball. Okay, but he can't. But see, nowadays you can't make them go sit down. Everybody got to play equally. And see, what that does is it messes up the mind frame of young adults growing up into adulthood. They feel entitled and they feel gypped if they don't have something that everybody else has. I should be able to have what you have, even if I don't have the same ability, work ethic, knowledge, whatever. So only to those that aren't as good or don't have the drive to excel in certain things, believe in socialism. Look at it like this. If you're the guy that goes out for the football team and you suck, okay? You can't catch the ball. You got 2 left feet. Yeah, you're running around out there like howdy doody. You know, they throwing the ball, all of that. But yet you want to play and get just as much playing time as the star receiver. Well, if you're on that spectrum, you're saying, well, I want them to lower the standard or equal the standard for who gets to play. I want to be out on the field just as much as the star quarterback, even though I can't throw more than 10 yards. Yeah, I want to be able to kick the ball through the goalpost, even though I got 2 left feet. All of these things, from the perspective of those that might be too lazy, don't want to work, or just ain't as good at certain things, yeah, they'll go for socialism. These are the people that their parents were saying, you know what, my kid deserves a trophy, my kid deserves all of that stuff. Is that generation of kids who say, well, I thought everybody was supposed to have equal access to the same stuff. All right. I mean, when I was in Pee Wee and I was playing football, even though I stunk, I got a trophy just like everybody else. Nobody loses. Everybody was on the same level. So now you get this generation that have been kind of pampered like that. I don't know about y'all. When I was growing up, if you stunk, you just stunk. I'm sorry. One sport that I can't play is basketball. Ambidextrous. I can play almost any sport. I can ice skate. I can hit the tennis ball, all of that. But for some reason, I break every stereotype about black men in basketball. It's so bad that when I was younger, even though I had ups, I had a nice vertical, could dunk the ball. But if you got in my face, I went to pieces. Can't shoot. I played basketball like I played football, tackling guys out there. People like, dude, what are you doing? You can't tackle me. This is basketball. Oh, that's illegal? My bad. I'm slapping them. You trying to slap the ball, slap somebody's face. I'm sorry, I was going for the ball. I was horrible. White guys would crack me up. You know, I see me on the playground, and they think we're picking teams. Hey, I want that guy. Yeah, we got the black guy. And I get out there dribbling this high. Never could use the left with the back. One move, the Kareem skyhook. That's it. Back up, try to shoot it in like that. They thought that I was throwing the game. They're like, dude, are you throwing the game? I'm like, no, man, I'm playing as hard as I can play. They're like, you're horrible. I mean, you break every stereotype about black guys. Exactly. I understood that I stunk in basketball. Now I'm not going to be up there with the coach like, coach, I want equal playing time with the star point guard. I'm able to understand that's not my niche. It's not basketball. I don't get the same benefits as him. And see, from the perspective of the good player, he's saying, well, what gives me incentive to keep working hard to be the best if everybody who else just comes out on the team gets the same shared amount of playing time as me? See, but that's only appealing towards those that aren't getting the playing time, ain't making the same amount of money, lazy, don't want to work. Those are the people who say, yeah, free stuff sounds good. Yeah, equaling it all out, everything. Give me exactly what this person has. Even though I haven't earned it, I'm not good enough to either compete or whatever, but I still want a part of his stuff. Now, do you think that's fair? But according to the new millennials, not all of them, but a lot of them who are leaning towards socialism, in their mind, they're like, I don't see what the problem is. See, and then the final thought that kind of contributes to this is that young people don't have money. So, of course, if you're a college student or you just straight out of high school and somebody comes along and tells you, hey, you know what? How would you like to not work and get a paycheck? Darn tootin'. I'm in college. You're going to say, how would you like to have free college? Absolutely. Hey, how would you like, all that stuff sounds good because you're not paying bills. You're living off the fat of the land, which is your parents. In that case, your parents most likely is the fat. So now all of a sudden, all of that stuff that they're feeding you about socialism sounds good to the person who's broke, person who don't have any responsibilities. Of course it sounds good. But then when you hit about 35, maybe 30, get you a job, get that first paycheck and go, what? $400 for what? Where's this money going? It's going to all those people that would be saying, well, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm a starving college student. Give me more. Let me get some money from you. Yes, let's distribute the wealth. Yeah. What incentive would anybody have to go to college? if it was a socialistic economy we had? What incentive for anybody to invent anything if this was socialism? Doctors would be horrible. I'm like, yo, hey, if this doctor who barely made it out of medical school is going to get the same paycheck as me, then I might as well chill too. You know, reading the books, I'm going to skim through it, how to do heart surgery. You know what? I really didn't figure out how to do the lungs, but I'm sure we can look it up on YouTube during the surgery. All right, okay, found a video about lung surgery. Okay, insert tube, and where's that? Hey, nurse, you know what? Here, let's start over. Let me wash my hands. I don't want that guy doing surgery on me, because that's what capitalism does. It makes this guy say, I need to be the best so I can be rewarded for being the best. But if there's no reward for that, everybody reverts back to just mediocrity. It's like, you know what? Why should I work hard when this guy's going to get the same thing as me? That's socialism. But yet these millennials, they don't get it yet because they're not competing. They're not paying major bills, all of that stuff. And they got the puppy brain. They're young and they bushy-tailed and bright-eyed, and they want to be a part of a movement. They want to be like, you know what? We missed our day at Woodstock. You know, man, we got to fight the system. We got to bring change, man. See, that's what they target. They target these young, impressionable students on college campuses, and they start in high school with all of this garbage, softening them up. And then they come out with these crazy ideas, and they're willing to embrace stuff that they don't really know how it works, how real life works. I hate to say it. I mean, you know, if I was in college and they would came along talking about free this, free that, everybody gets a paycheck, I'd have been like, where's the line to get in? Then I got out of college and start paying bills and was like, hey, nothing is ever free. That's what the millennials need to learn. If you receive free stuff, somebody's paying for it. Nothing is free. The rat never realizes the trap is set for him. He only sees the free cheese out there. Who would do that? Who would leave this nice big chunk of cheese laying right out there in the middle of the floor? Somebody must really like me to leave this cheese out. Thank you, whoever you are. You know what? Let me take a just like that. Now, if you don't believe me, ask the Venezuelans. Venezuela. All the Venezuelans. Yes, that's it. Ask them. You know. Anyway. You've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Maybe they'll wake up one day. They might need to take some tough classes from these two little girls who survived 48 hours. Kudos out to them. Anyway, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Find me on Facebook, Twitter. Links are in the bottom. Check me out every Wednesday night, 7:30 live on YouTube and on my radio blog talk show. If you want to check out Extreme Tees, please do. The link's in the bottom. They're my sponsor. Click on that link, anything you like, put my name into the promo code, and you'll get a 20% discount. And finally, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link in the bottom of this video. Don't forget to hit like, share, and the notification button, and subscribe. God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner, and make sure you get your kids in some survival classes, too, just in case they get lost in the forest. God bless.